Indeed, you will. Those holy.
A man was at home when he noticed his dog barking unusually from the kitchen. At first, he assumed it was nothing serious, maybe steam, smoke from cooking, or just a strong odor. But when he went to check and brought his camera with him, he came across something that felt pretty disturbing. Pay close attention to the way the smoke is moving. Instead of focusing only on the dog, look at what appears to be taking shape behind it. In the footage, the dog keeps barking straight at a dark cloud, almost as if it notices something within it. For a brief moment, certain patterns in the smoke seem to resemble faces or even skull-like figures. Could the dog have been reacting to something that wasn't obvious to the person filming? What do you think caught the dog's attention? A Reddit user going by Cherry392 shared that this happened while they were driving through Oregon. They were on their way home with two children sitting in the back when something suddenly appeared or happened on the road ahead, making them brake hard. Luckily, the entire situation was captured on their dash cam. At first, Jerry assumed the bike had just rolled out into the road by accident, but it quickly became obvious that the man had actually thrown it there on purpose. It looked like he might have been waiting for a high-end car to pass by. The situation turned threatening when the man grabbed a baseball bat, and that's when Cherry realized what was going on and immediately shifted the car into reverse. Thankfully, there were no vehicles behind them, or they could have been stuck. Cherry managed to get away from what could have been a dangerous encounter. Joanna Pasco shared footage after spotting something unusual inside her daughter Evelyn's bedroom.
You're not here to hurt us, right? Doesn't seem like you are. You're hovering there, though. I can see that you're hovering. Hi.
Evelyn is Joanna's first child, and after experiencing 2 miscarriages before her birth, Joanna became especially protective. She frequently checks the baby monitor to ensure everything is fine, but one day she notices something unusual on the feed.
Okay. That's not possible. What is that? What is that? What is it? Look at the way. Look! It's lingering. Is it the light outside? Like... There's no pinhole empty. Like, the curtains, I pulled the curtains closed. And it's not leaving. It's getting near her. Oh my god. Did she just touch it? Where did it go?
A small glowing orb appears floating near Evelyn's crib, moving around the area as if following her. Evelyn seems to notice it and reacts as though she is tracking or engaging with it. At one point, it briefly appears as if she reaches toward it before it disappears. Viewers have suggested it could be a spiritual presence or something protective, while others see it as an unexplained visual effect. Joanna herself interprets it as something comforting watching over her child. In a TikTok posted on April 22, 2026, a user called Poor Just Ryan says he noticed something unusual after pulling into his driveway. The lights in his shed were turned on, even though he hadn't been inside it for 3 days. Confused by this, he parks his car and goes to check what's going on with repeated nervous words. Some viewers wonder whether the activity could point to a lingering spirit around Ryan's property, while others suggest there may be normal explanations for the unclear audio and subtle details caught on camera. Even so, the combination of the voice, unexplained noises, and his reaction gives the footage an uneasy tone overall, leaving viewers debating what might be happening in the house. paranormal investigator Alex from the YouTube channel Hunting the Unknown explores an abandoned restaurant in England that has been empty for over 20 years. According to reports, the former owners left after experiencing severe unexplained activity, and the building now sits isolated deep in the woods in a state of decay. Alex enters alone at night and places a motion-activated music box in the bar area, and unusual activity begins shortly after.
I've got the music box set up at the moment. Just doing a little walkthrough. Hello?
A static camera records a door slamming shut by itself, and afterward, Alex begins a spirit box session in an attempt to communicate or receive a response.
Where are you? Can you give me a sign, please? Oh, f***ing hell. What the f...
After asking for a sign, bottles on the bar are seen falling over without any visible cause. When he moves closer to inspect the area, something more unsettling is captured on camera.
Don't understand how these were knocked down. It's crazy, I don't understand this. I'm pretty sure this is like that. Hello? Who's there?
A dark silhouette is seen in a room across from him, though Alex doesn't notice it immediately. As he nears the doorway, he becomes uneasy and checks inside, but the room appears empty. Despite this, he continues to feel watched while alone in the remote building, and eventually decides to leave. On May 20th, 2026, a mother named Tara noticed something unsettling on the security camera in her daughter's bedroom after receiving a motion alert. It was 1:47 a.m. when something appeared to wake the child, and this is what the footage showed. The daughter wakes up after hearing strange noises and quickly pulls the covers over herself out of fear. The duvet then appears to lift upward on its own, and after she moves, it happens again, while the pillow remains completely still. More unusual sounds can be heard in the room, including what seems like an elderly female voice, followed by a small orb-like object moving across the camera view. Tara believes the activity may be linked to her late grandmother, who lived in the house and passed away a little over a year ago. A man is seen speaking with a police officer after experiencing something he couldn't explain. He contacted authorities regarding his ex-wife after receiving disturbing voicemail messages, fearing that something harmful might be happening to her.
Just wanting to document everything that's going on. So I'm pulling up. This is from last night. Did you saw the email I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you want to go through these again, but I don't know if you listened to them. They're scary.
Clearly something's going on with her. Like, that's not normal behavior.
I don't know how you make your voice sound like that.
Right. We wanted to file charges on you or Camila for dropping the kids off to her parents' house when nobody was there. And I'm like, and she was claiming that it's neglect, and I'm like, that's not neglect. You know, the kids are old enough, I think,
Saturday,
you know.
Sunday, so we didn't even have kids Saturday.
But she's talking back like
this was something happened prior.
Which was never reported.
It becomes clear that the ex-wife has her own complaints about him, but the voicemails she sent leave him feeling afraid and concerned about her behavior. After reviewing the messages, the police officer suggests that he consider obtaining a no-contact order.
So who has the kids right now?
They're at school. They're in my custody.
Okay, so you had them last night when these voicemails were coming in?
And I saw them this morning. And that is scary. Like, that gave me chills the first few times. And I was talking to my barber today. It's at what point does she decide to do something actually crazy?
Right.
I don't know how scared I have to actually be.
It really sounds like you need to proceed with like a no contact order.
Yeah.
But I mean, that doesn't sound like she's in her right state of mind at all. No. So it's like
if she had my kids last night, I would be really scared.
Absolutely, I agree.
Calling you to go check on them because I couldn't tell if that was my daughter screaming for help or what that noise is.
Right.
So I'd be freaking out. Luckily, they were with me, and I'm not concerned about them, but they are going to go back with her.
All right. Do me a favor and play them. Just because I have what you sent me, and I'll submit those already, camera. But just to put them on camera, yeah.
You need help, please. Oh, please for Mama. Please for Mom. You help me. He will see you on the street. Please, please. You put the out the school. Put the you you make it really hard, but you kill the feeling. I want to, yes, this is how you want it. You marry him back, and you want everybody to jail for your love. You lie, you know that. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. I'm dead. I'm dead. Leave us alone.
The ex-wife's voice is said to shift throughout the recordings, leading him to believe she may be experiencing something abnormal. With no reported history of drug use, the sudden behavior change is described as unexpected. In the voicemails, she alternates between asking for help, claiming she is already dead, and speaking in a way he interprets as incoherent or like tongues. His main concern becomes the safety of the children during custody exchanges, and after hearing the recordings, the police decide to proceed with an arrest. Shortly after moving into her new home, a woman began experiencing bizarre occurrences. While walking down the hallway alone, she spotted something unusual that made her freeze in terror. Rattled by the sight, she quickly pulled out her phone to record the scene, capturing a deeply unsettling moment on camera.
Just had to go into the kitchen to get my phone, but I was just walking by this hallway. That chair is clearly broken by itself. I just heard a noise come from over there. There's no drafts. There's no fan. There's somebody here. Can you make a banging noise for me? I heard a knock from the kitchen, but oh my god, it's stolen.
An old rocking chair was swaying back and forth entirely on its own. Though she initially suspected a breeze, a quick check revealed every window was shut tight and the air was completely still. The tension escalated when strange knocking noises began echoing from the kitchen. Meanwhile, the chair continued its steady motion, looking exactly as though an invisible occupant had just set it in motion. According to the homeowner, these bizarre incidents had plagued her since move-in day, leaving many viewers convinced that an actual entity haunts the property. This video was recorded inside a man's home after he began hearing strange banging noises coming from the basement. At first, it seemed like something ordinary, old pipes, the house settling, or objects shifting. But he says this sounded different, loud, repeated, and deliberate. He takes his phone and heads toward the basement door, already sounding uneasy. As he enters the cluttered, unfinished basement with a concrete floor, stacked boxes, and exposed walls, the noise becomes impossible to ignore.
Alright, so I just started hearing banging coming from the basement, which has not happened yet before. There it is. There it is. What the? Let's go and check this out. Happening in this house, man. No way, it's coming from upstairs now. Holy, what the? Why are you doing this? Nell, what the? Oh no, no.
A metal stand suddenly falls in the basement and crashes loudly. The sound then seems to move above, coming from the ceiling, and the person runs upstairs. In the kitchen, all cabinets and drawers are open. Another crash happens in the living room, and a ceiling lampshade swings. No one is visible, but the activity continues moving through the house. In the second location, a person climbs the stairs of a rundown building, feels something behind them, turns around, but sees nothing. Later, a still photo taken on the staircase shows a misty, semi-transparent shape in an alcove below the steps. It appears pale and vaguely humanoid from the upper body. Some viewers interpret it as an apparition, while others suggest explanations like dust, motion blur, air disturbance, or camera exposure. The shape draws attention due to its form, and combined with the earlier feeling of being followed, it raises questions about what might have been behind them on the staircase. A man sits alone at his kitchen table reading from the Bible, but the atmosphere feels serious rather than casual. In front of him are a rosary, a crucifix, and a small bottle of holy water. which he says he gets from his local Catholic church. Before starting, he admits he hasn't been feeling well. He applies holy water to his forehead, makes the sign of the cross, and begins as if following a routine meant for protection rather than comfort. He reads aloud from Psalms 37, 3-11, verses focused on trust and safety. Midway through, something in the house responds.
Worth. Do not fret, it only causes harm. For evil doors should be cut off, but those who wait on the Lord, they should inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked should be no more. Indeed, you will be holy. Bro. That just... In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, any demon in my office, evacuate now. Look, that's my magic hat. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and my attic is closed. See? Huh. And it literally dropped my hat. That is crazy. You see, guys, this is what I gotta go through daily. Like literally, daily I gotta go through this crap. I'm so fed up with it.
A door behind him suddenly shuts hard with a loud bang. Shortly after, he discovers a baseball cap lying on the floor just outside the doorway, which he insists wasn't there before. He holds it up to the camera and says it must have been placed there by whatever is in the house. He also shows the attic entrance, pointing out that it is locked with multiple sliding bolts, as if to rule out anyone physically hiding inside. He looks tired and unsettled as he explains that this happens regularly. Some viewers who believe in spiritual warfare point to the timing during scriptures reading as meaningful. The question is whether it was just a coincidence in an old building or a reaction to what he was reading. For days, a couple suspected that something was seriously amiss in their apartment. Whenever they came home, they found their living area completely disarranged. Initially, they blamed their cat, but that theory quickly proved impossible. The messes were far too heavy, deliberate, and frequent, involving shifted furniture and opened cabinets that a small pet couldn't possibly manage. To solve the mystery once and for all, they set up security cameras around the property. The footage they recovered changed everything. The recordings captured items sliding, toppling, and shifting entirely on their own, while the pet was nowhere in sight. Instantly, the couple faced a reality far more unnerving than a misbehaving animal. With the cat completely cleared of blame, a chilling truth set in. They weren't dealing with a pet's antics, but rather an unknown presence sharing their living space. A second video captured a chair gently swaying back and forth in the dead of night, moving exactly as though an invisible person were sitting on it. That was the precise moment genuine terror took hold. A woman named Devon reports that she and her husband began noticing unusual changes in their young daughter's behavior as she grew older. The child, usually energetic and playful, would sometimes stare into empty corners of the room as if someone were there. On other nights, she would laugh alone in bed and act as though she was interacting with another child. At first, the behavior was confusing, but one night the bedroom camera recorded something that made the situation feel more unsettling. Late at night, the house is silent while the child is awake in bed, laughing and calling out the name Jada twice. The name matters because Jada was the girl's older sister who had passed away. In the recording, a faint voice then appears to respond with "yeah" after the name is spoken. What makes the footage more unsettling is the detail surrounding Jada's passing, which occurred in 2017 when she was only 3 years old. Devin's younger daughter is around 15 months old and has never met Jada, meaning there should be no direct awareness or memory of her name.
So does my family, but I've never talked to her directly about her. She's only 15 months, so obviously I do plan to tell her about her, eventually show her pictures, videos, all that. With her being only 15 months old, it's not something that I've even thought about doing.
The following day, Devin showed her younger daughter a photo of Jada. Rather than showing confusion, the child smiled and said, "Jada," as if recognizing her as the same girl she had reportedly been interacting with at night.
After I posted this, the next day, I did show her a picture of Jada, and she smiled so big and was like, "Jada!" So it's just so crazy. I honestly think I'm still just in shock.
Devin believes the situation isn't something dark or harmful, but instead something emotional, possibly her late daughter being present in some way with her younger sister. The question remains whether the child simply repeated a name she may have heard before, or if the family captured something that feels like a connection between two siblings separated by life and death. Amanda had only recently moved into her new home when an uneasy feeling set in almost right away. At first, her posts showed everyday life, cleaning, organizing, and exploring different parts of the house. But later, she shared a video that felt noticeably different from the rest. This time, the focus was on one particular room that she said had been making her feel increasingly uncomfortable. The way she described it made it clear that the feeling wasn't something minor or easy to dismiss.
So, I just moved into this house 2 weeks ago, but I am extremely afraid of this room back here. I've only been in it 4 times. The first time was to come and look at the house, and I looked at it, and then the second time was to get a bed frame that was up here. The third time when my sister was here, and the fourth time to put these boxes up here. And that's where I went, to the top of the stairs. Literally the top of the stairs, because I was too scared. But this is now my 5th time up here. Tell me why. What was that? Okay, I think it's the neighbors, I'm not sure. But why is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 over there, and there's 3 behind. Why is there 21 mattresses up in this room? This hole on the other side of it, it leads to a big open space that I'm petrified of. I only looked in there once. Oh. What is that noise? I think it's my neighbors. Okay, I think they're underneath this room, which is not a part of my house. I think it's the garage, which the downstairs people get. But this door, or this thing, I put this up last time I was up here. Wait, let me turn my flashlight on. Okay, flashlight is on? No. On. Flashlight can't be on. Okay. There's a whole other couple of rooms back there. I'm too scared. Just put that back up there. I think it's the whole rest of... Oh shit.
At first, nothing unusual is visible on camera. Amanda walks through the room while pointing out a crawl space that seems to make her especially uneasy. After the video is posted, the comment section shifts in tone, with some users claiming they recognize the property and mentioning that a previous male resident also believes something in the house was disturbing him. Those same comments allege that the situation became so overwhelming for him that he turned to alcohol before eventually leaving the home. Amanda, however, had only just moved in and couldn't leave so easily. A few days later, she shared another update.
Okay, I picked my mom up from Toronto yesterday, and I wanted to show her the house. So of course, I showed her the spooky room. And I must have left the light on up there. I don't remember leaving the light on. But I stood at the bottom of the stairs and I made my mom go up the stairs. And I was like, Mom, look into that wooden spot over there. And she's like, what wooden spot? That's because it's down there. Yeah, no. There's cushions back there. No. I told my ex about it and he said that it was probably the draft that did it. I don't know, I'm gonna put it back up. So maybe it did slip. Maybe I'm just being a little bit crazy. The draft in there is insane. Okay. How do I get this to stay up here? Okay, I think that's good. I think that's secure. I come up here again and that's on the ground, I'm gonna lose my... This is actually a nice wardrobe. I wonder if I can carry that downstairs. That is nice. I hope that's my foot tracks. Can't even see out the window today. Oh, that's a nice picture. That'd go nice in my kitchen. Okay. So it must have been the draft. I'll have to get somebody to come and nail that on or something. Or I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna go get some nails right now. Because that.
Amanda suggested there might be a normal cause for what was happening, such as airflow in the house, and mentioned that installing a latch could prevent the door from shifting. However, not all viewers agreed with that explanation. Some claimed they could detect a faint, unsettling sound in the background of the recording, only noticeable after listening multiple times. A few days later, Amanda shared another update, and this time the concern became more intense as it appeared that the door may have opened on its own.
Was it open?
I don't know.
You didn't look?
No.
Amanda said the door to that room began opening by itself, but only when no one was around to witness it. That detail made the situation feel even more unsettling, so viewers encouraged her to install a camera and record it. She did exactly that, but the footage didn't provide the simple explanation she had hoped for. Instead, it made the situation harder to understand. On one occasion, she left the house empty. When she returned, something she found deeply disturbed her. The activity no longer seemed limited to small noises, drafts, or a door shifting at odd times. It began to feel more directed, as if the house was responding to her presence.
Freak the f out. I just got home and tell me why my chairs are like this. Like what the f? I literally still have my coat on. I come walking through the. Oh my god. I'm like shaking right now. I just went and dropped my daughter off to her dad's house. And all the chairs were around the table. What the? Oh my god. I need to call my mom.
Amanda reported that the door to that particular room would start moving on its own, but only when no one was there to witness it. That detail made the situation feel even more unsettling, prompting viewers to suggest she install a camera and capture it. She followed the advice, but the recorded footage didn't give a clear answer, instead making things feel even more confusing. At one point, she left the home empty. When she came back, she found something that visibly unsettled her. What had been happening no longer seemed like simple noises, drafts, or a door shifting unexpectedly. It started to feel more intentional, as if the house was reacting to her. After this, she stopped posting altogether. No updates or follow-up videos were shared, leaving the situation unresolved and fueling ongoing speculation about whether there was a normal explanation or something more unusual involved. A man films himself moving through his house around 2 a.m. after waking up to something he can't explain. He already has his phone ready when it begins. Loud, forceful knocking at the front door. It comes in bursts, 5 sharp knocks, then 7, then 3 more, each sequence sounding more intense than the last, as if whatever is outside is trying harder to get his attention.
Aquí. Voy a cambiar la cámara para grabar. No hay nada. A la verga. ¿Quién es? permanece ahí. Lo voy a llamar a la policía. No mames, no hay nadie. No hay nadie, güey. Ay, cabrón, atrás de mí. Oh, no mames. Ya me voy a ver.
He opens the front door, checks the porch, but finds no one outside. After stepping back in, a sharp piano-like sound plays on its own. A closet knob then shakes violently, but nothing is inside when opened. A child's toy car rolls out from a dark doorway and stops in the hall. Another doorknob, leading to the garage, begins rattling the same way. He enters the garage while continuing to film, and the activity follows him through the house, with noises, shaking doors, and moving objects appearing as he moves.
No hay nadie, güey. No hay nadie, güey. No hay nadie, güey.
A clear male whisper says, Veda, meaning go away or leave. This changes the tone of the clip, making it sound like a warning rather than random noise. The reaction of the person shifts from confusion to fear and panic while still recording. The question remains whether it was staged or something moving through the house with intent. Antonio, a paranormal investigator from Peru, is known for exploring abandoned buildings and locations that locals believe are haunted. One night, he entered an old colonial structure that had long been avoided due to unsettling rumors. The building was decayed, nearly engulfed in darkness, with residents claiming something unnatural remained inside. He began a live stream as soon as he stepped through the entrance, navigating only with his phone light. At first, everything was quiet, but the mood quickly shifted when he stopped after noticing a window moving by itself nearby.
¿Hay alguien aquí conmigo? ¿Hay alguien aquí conmigo? ¿Aquí conmigo? Carajo. Puta madre, loco. Lo he tocado, sí, pero con una piedra. ¿Hola? 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 Los ruidos vienen del techo. Del techo vienen los sonidos. Qué verga. Qué verga.
The window keeps swaying back and forth, creaking in the quiet, even though there's no wind inside the building. Soon after, faint murmuring begins to echo through the walls, sounding like multiple whispers coming from all directions, making it hard for Antonio to figure out where it's coming from. As he points his camera upward while trying to track the sound, a soft, childlike giggle breaks through the silence. What happens next is what leaves the live stream audience unsettled.
Oye, espérense. Oye. Ven. Oye. Ven. Qué verga.
For a brief instant, a pale, faint figure appears in the shadows, small in size and resembling a child, before disappearing just as quickly. Antonio panics and runs out of the building without hesitation. After calming down, he chooses to go back inside. The moment he re-enters, the strange noises start up again, and viewers on the live stream begin noticing something even more unsettling. Whatever was inside the abandoned colonial building had not left. It was still there, seemingly watching him from the darkness. On April 30th, 2026, a girl named Carwiz was riding her horse Cadillac along a deep forest trail with her dog Pero when the horse suddenly began acting strangely, fixating its gaze on something ahead in the distance.
What was that? Did you hear that? What do you see? Do you see something? All right, we gotta go. Come on. Whoa. Hey, listen to me. It's super slippery.
She hears a sound coming from the woods as the horse stops and stares toward it. Feeling something is wrong, she quickly turns the horse around and heads back down the trail while the animals continue acting unusually. A helicopter is then seen circling the area. Suddenly, the horse bolts off the trail, almost throwing her off before they reach an open stretch and return to the path, with the noises getting closer behind them.
What was that? Did you hear that? Yeah, you heard that too? Do you see it? It sounded like somebody screaming.
As she quickly hurries away, she notices her dog Pero has gone missing. After some time, she manages to find him and continues down the trail as it starts getting darker. Cadillac stays unusually alert the entire time, with its ears perked up as if reacting to something nearby.
Cadillac's been acting weird and keeping his ears really perked up and forward this whole ride, so I wonder if he's been listening to something that I haven't been able to hear. But there's no telling. We're just trying to get home at this point.
As they move further out, the noises eventually stop. After hearing what sounded like a scream and approaching sounds, along with the horse showing clear signs of alertness towards something in the distance, some people believe it may not have been an animal at all, but something more unusual. Others point out that animals can react strongly to unknown or distant natural sounds. The question remains open as to what was actually there. A young couple was on holiday in New Zealand's Bay of Plenty when extreme weather turned deadly on January 22nd, 2026. Record-breaking rainfall triggered a landslide at the base of Mount Maunganui, which struck a beachside holiday park where campers were staying. The collapse sent mud, rocks, and debris into tents, camper vans, and buildings with little warning, burying parts of the area. Emergency services, including firefighters, police, search dogs, and specialist rescue teams, arrived quickly and began searching through the unstable terrain. In the early hours, there were reports of voices coming from beneath the rubble, with trapped individuals calling for help. But dangerous conditions forced rescuers to pause operations at times due to the risk of further collapse. Authorities also struggled to confirm how many people were missing, as some campers had already left without being accounted for. At one point, at least 6 people, including a child, were feared missing, while another nearby landslide resulted in 2 confirmed deaths after a home was destroyed, leaving ongoing uncertainty about how many people might still be trapped. A man from Chilca, Peru, claims he recorded something strange near a local pier late at night. While walking through the area, he hears an unusual sound coming from the water and initially can't identify it, considering it might be an animal or movement near the shore. Feeling uneasy but curious, he moves closer to check, and the situation quickly becomes more disturbing.
¿Qué está pasando con el gobierno y la NASA? Ahora han construido la NASA acá en el Perú. Ayer me fui a Chilca y esto pasó. Quisiera saber qué cosa fue o qué cosa es. Ayúdenme por favor ustedes a descubrir esto. Pero en una de las lagunas de Chilca me pasó esto. Nada, ayúdenme por favor.
From the dark water, a strange figure starts to rise. Its outline looks almost human, but something about it feels wrong. The shape appears unnatural, and 3 long, claw-like extensions can be seen near it, making it look more like a creature than a person. It moves slowly, as if it doesn't need to rush. The man panics and runs away, and what happened after remains unclear. The location adds to the unease, as Chilka is often linked to reports of strange lake sightings, unexplained figures, and unusual aerial phenomena, leaving uncertainty over whether it was a natural shape or something unexplainable. A man in France says he's been dealing with what he believes is a poltergeist following him around for months. He claims strange things keep happening in different places, whether he's at work, in the gym, or at home. At first, people didn't take him seriously when he suggested something paranormal might be connected to him, so he began filming the incidents whenever he could to prove it. He uploaded several of these clips on a new social media account called poltergeist.official, staying anonymous but hoping viewers could help explain what's going on. The early videos he shared, mostly recorded at his job, have already left a lot of people unsettled.
Le phénomène, ça arrive de partout, à la maison, comme au boulot, comme n'importe où en fait. Du coup, j'ai décidé de le laisser poser sur une table du boulot volontairement et je suis parti. Et regardez ce qui se passe. Là, il y a des bruits de malades ici, là. Là, vous entendez? Putain, il n'y a rien. Hein? La porte, elle a bougé. Je suis sûr qu'elle a bougé. Non! Là, j'étais en train de faire la VOV pour la prochaine vidéo. Là, regardez, là, la prise. Je suis sûr qu'elle était en train de bouger. Juste avant. Putain, c'est flippant. Hé, oh, oh! Putain. Ah, ce coup de flip, putain.
He leaves his phone on a table at work and walks away. Moments later, it starts sliding across the surface by itself. A door then slams shut, and an electrical plug begins moving back and forth on its own. He claims the activity doesn't stay in one place and keeps happening wherever he goes.
Je suis désolé, j'ai pas grand chose à lire. Hein? Ah! Arrête!
At this stage, the man says he's beginning to doubt his own sanity, and the only thing that keeps him grounded is having recordings of the incidents. Viewers, however, don't seem to offer any solid explanations and mostly suggest that he should be exorcised by a priest. Despite everything, he continues filming whenever something strange occurs, which eventually leads to another unsettling moment being caught on camera.
C'est ça là. Je suis sûr que c'est ça. Ouais. Ouais. Vous voyez? Je vais essayer de lui parler. Hé! Hey! Hey, tu me fais pas peur, hein? Ah! Là, j'étais en train de bosser et je suis quasiment sûr qu'il y a ce truc là qui était en train de bouger là. Oh. C'est pas possible, une bestiole dedans là. Putain, y'a rien. Y'a rien. Vous voyez, je vous mens pas, hein. Je vous mens pas, hein. Là, y'a rien non plus, hein. Putain, c'est pas vrai ça.
This case has genuinely unsettled a lot of viewers, although not every unexplained presence is considered harmful or malicious. Tim went into a remote, eerie part of the forest and set up his camp just as daylight was fading. Right from the start, something felt off. The trees were oddly shaped and leaning in strange ways, almost as if the forest was concealing something. When night fully arrived, he placed candles around an Ouija board and began the session. Everything stayed still at first, but then the glass began to slide on its own.
стакан дернулся. Духи этого леса. Вы можете выйти со мной на контакт. Духи этого леса.
A dark figure suddenly moves through the trees. Tim had set up walkie-talkies around the campsite to try to catch any response. One of them, hanging from a branch, starts swinging on its own even though there is no wind, with static coming through the speaker. He goes outside to check, and it is still moving. Later, he hears a strange sound in the dark and turns toward it. At the same time, a second camera records something passing very close in front of the lens, but he doesn't notice it.
Может, это фонарик, тень откуда-нибудь показалась.
Later, while reviewing the footage, Tim realizes how close the moment actually was. Whatever moved across the camera had been right behind him while he was standing in the woods. There were no footsteps or any warning sounds, just something silently passing in the darkness. After seeing that, he decides not to stay any longer, quickly packs his equipment, and leaves the area.
Снова какой-то шорох, скрип. Сказала, уходи. Там рация снова шатается. Сейчас проверю я на Эми. Твою ж мать, это не человек. Это не человек.
What he ended up with was a set of unsettling clips, a Ouija board that appears to move by itself, a shadow-like figure in the trees, a walkie-talkie swinging on its own, unusual static noise, and something that passes behind him without him noticing at the time. Whether any of it truly points to paranormal activity or just an unusual night in the woods is still open to interpretation. Either way, seeing something move right behind you like that would be enough for most people to leave immediately. Reddit user Ben4333 posted a video on the Alien subreddit a couple of weeks ago, claiming it was recorded over Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada on April 19th, 2026. In the opening moments, the footage shows nighttime activity in the area before the camera tilts upward, revealing an unusual and striking sight in the sky. a glowing object with an unusual shape appears, hovering in the sky above the base. It looks disc-like, with rows of lights around it and a bright blue glow beneath, giving it a form that doesn't clearly match a known aircraft. Its motionless position in the air stands out, and the lighting combined with its shape makes the scene appear surreal. The footage gained attention among UFO enthusiasts, especially due to its location and appearance. However, no further explanation was provided by the uploader, leaving the situation open to interpretation. The Bowling Green police are looking for a male suspect who stole a credit or debit card from a victim's wallet and subsequently racked up more than $900 in unauthorized charges. In a unique twist for the department's Crime of the Week segment, the incident was captured on a bookstore surveillance video on August 11th around 5:30 p.m., which shows the man taking the wallet from a counter, removing the card, stuffing it into his pocket, and returning the wallet to the counter before even pointing out its location to the clerk. South Central Kentucky. Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward of up to $1,000 for anonymous tips leading to an arrest, which can be submitted via phone, their mobile app, or their website. A camper in the Appalachian Mountains shared unsettling footage recorded during an evening at his campsite. As night set in, strange sounds could be heard around the campsite, including what seemed like a woman screaming and dogs barking in the distance. The camper scanned the darkness with his camera, but was unable to see anything. The Appalachian Mountains are often associated with stories of unexplained activity, though it's also possible the noises could be from wildlife such as coyotes or mountain lions. A man living by himself had been dealing with bizarre occurrences in his apartment for several nights. Late at night, the lights would flicker erratically, and strange sounds would echo from inside the walls. Initially, he brushed it off as a faulty electrical system. However, one evening took a terrifying turn. He began recording the anomalies with his phone when, without warning, multiple lights started flashing in unison. That was when things took a truly bizarre turn.
Yes. Is that? What is that? Some warring or what? Is that? Man, some get yeah. The is that? I'm out. Go on. Where's my key?
Household items began shifting independently, and one object launched straight at him. Consumed by panic, he fled the apartment without a backward glance. The ordeal was so deeply unsettling that he ultimately moved out of the building permanently. The crew from Leon TV, joined by David Toby and Media Minky, set out to explore an abandoned villa known for its disturbing past. Equipped with professional gear, they brought infrared cameras, various detection devices, and an SLS camera capable of tracking and mapping human-like figures within the environment.
Maybe you're already up here and you can take a couple of steps down to touch the ball.
Tell us your story. Let's walk a little.
Yes, I would like to take another look. Yes, where is it?
What?
The door opened.
Hello, that was amazing. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's slowly closing again.
It's closing again. Okay, wind. There's a lot of wind now. Is the wind that strong right now?
Actually, I don't think the wind is strong at all.
It's not bad at all.
Let's go in that direction and the door opened. Step back 2 steps and the door closes again. I mean, do you like playing with the door? Would you like to open it again now?
A little more again. Wow, that was awesome. Here, here, here.
But is it wind now?
But there's no airflow here. Yes, there's airflow here. Okay, it could be a draft, yes.
It might have rumbled before, but it sounded like it came from that dressing room, right?
Look at the door. It neither opens nor closes well.
Well, there's a bit of a pull here.
While they were in the upstairs hallway, the SLS camera picked up what appeared to be a human-shaped figure.
Is there something with the door?
Can you raise your arm?
Yes. Can you raise your right arm again? Yes, great. Good. Can you also raise your left arm, Carl?
Carl,
Yes.
Carl, is that you?
No doubt he likes to raise his right arm.
One of the investigators asked the figure to lift its right arm, and it appeared to respond. When he then requested that it raise its left arm, the figure seemed to start the movement before suddenly vanishing from the screen. Earlier during the same investigation, a loud crashing sound rang through the building before anyone had touched anything. Everyone present heard it. Not long after, they began hearing distinct footsteps, sounding as though someone was walking up a staircase, even though nobody was there.
Well, there were several situations a moment ago, and I'm really glad there are 4 of us, but there were several situations where I caught myself thinking, this just can't be happening. Did he get lost? Did they get lost? Wes, did you just... the door? Yeah, I was just doing that again. What's going on?
Did you just knock on the door?
Yes, I just did it here again.
Yeah, but have you knocked on the inside? Because look, here in the rest of the heat signature...
I knocked here, yes.
No, please stop. No, you were here alone. Yes, none of us were here, right?
I mean, where the door just opened. Up there for a quick look.
Wait, can you shine a light on me? I only hear screams from here.
Here, and this door suddenly behind me, like this.
Did you just record that right now? That there was something here to see?
I got it. You saw it here, that there's still something here?
That...
Yes, this is a remnant on the top of...
I didn't say that. We have to...
And none of us were there.
No.
We were here and really...
I was here and I don't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to go through and that door...
Let's see if Kakov is still there.
Exactly, and that door really lurched like that.
And I thought it had fallen and I just grabbed the teddy bear.
Why is this happening again when I'm grabbing the spirit box?
During the final session at the abandoned villa, the team used a spirit box alongside the Estes method. One of the investigators, David, wore a blindfold and headphones while listening to fragmented audio signals. Without knowing what questions the rest of the team was asking, he simply repeated the words and phrases he heard through the device.
Man.
Are you with David? A man? Is a man with David right now? Say yes or no. I think they're pulling our leg.
I'm a little...
Is that so?
Yes.
So you're not as smart as you say? Unfortunately, I have to...
Yes.
Dieses Schabernack-Spiel, das passt auch so richtig zum Nazi der SS. Die waren ja immer total so gehässig und so und alles so ridiculous. That fits.
If this is an intelligent spirit, it should say one of our names now. We've already experienced something like this.
Do you realize that most of the world has labeled what you've done as an absolute outrage?
What did he say?
Bluma.
Or could it be Weber?
Who is Ruth? I would like to know who...
I didn't understand any names, something like that, like Ruth or something like that. Hey. Impressive. How did you come up with that name?
Because I hear that name all the time. All the time.
That's right there.
But the red one is on top. Red. She used to live here.
The team asked whether anyone was present. Without hearing the question, David responded with a single word. Ruth? It was just a name, but it immediately caught everyone's attention. The room went silent because Ruth was the name of someone who had once lived in the building. Whether it was a remarkable coincidence or something more unusual, the response stood out since the Estes method relies on fragmented audio and random noise. Two friends break into a closed-down church that locals avoid due to rumored strange activity. The building was shut without a clear explanation, and even the priest was reportedly transferred after citing unforeseen circumstances. After 3 months of curiosity, they enter the abandoned chapel to see what remains, but the situation quickly turns unsettling.
This place has been abandoned for like 3 months.
Oh my god, yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
There's a light on.
The light's the everlasting light. It's in every church. It's always supposed to be on. It's freezing, actually. Oh. Oh my god, it smells. Oh my god. Try not to step on him. Wait. That was disgusting. Let's go upstairs. Give me that. What's your face? Dude, why?
More than one.
Oh my god. These things are everywhere. Pull this out. No, I hear something. I heard something.
Get past.
I don't know.
I swear.
As they look back toward the playroom, the door suddenly shuts by itself. Both friends panic and run out of the building, unable to explain what triggered it. The earlier whispers they heard before entering the room make the situation feel even more unsettling. Some viewers interpret the whispers as resembling children, while others believe it sounds like praying. Given that the location is a church playroom, both interpretations add to the unease. The floor is also scattered with dead insects, increasing the unsettling atmosphere. Little information is available about why the church was closed or the origin of the footage, leaving uncertainty over whether there was anything paranormal involved or if there is a more ordinary explanation. Liam, an English TikTok paranormal investigator, is known for live streaming explorations of remote graveyards, abandoned churches, and isolated dark locations. This particular clip comes directly from one of his live broadcasts, meaning it was seen in real time without edits or cuts. While exploring a secluded cemetery at night, he turns his camera toward an old, derelict church on the grounds and captures something that continues to spark debate among viewers.
Is this a ghost in this empty house? At first sight, there's nothing there. A mysterious figure appears.
At first, the interior of the damaged church appears empty through the broken window, with only darkness and abandoned space visible. After the camera briefly moves away and returns, a change is noticed. A dark, human-shaped silhouette is now pressed against the glass, facing outward and remaining completely still. It does not move or retreat, only appears to stare back. When the low-light footage is later brightened and zoomed, a faint suggestion of facial features seems visible within the darkness. The situation raises uncertainty over whether someone was inside the building or if the shape was an optical effect captured during the live stream. A video featuring a girl named Ariana went viral on TikTok some time ago. She was alone in her room, sitting in complete darkness, and called out for her cat, Sky. At first, everything seemed ordinary and quiet, like any other night at home. The attention shifts when something appears to move from underneath the bed, drawing focus to an unexpected detail that changes the tone of the recording.
Sky! Cadê Sky? Meu Deus! Meu Deus, o que é isso? Parece o povo. Mãe? Mãe? Ai, meu Deus! Mãe! Tu não tava aqui ainda, Gorinha! Tu tava assim! Eu te vi aqui!
At first, what looks like an arm appears from beneath the bed. Then a figure on all fours becomes visible, as if someone had been hiding there the entire time. Ariana immediately rushes over, assuming it might be her mother trying to scare her. However, when she looks under the bed, no one is there. There's nowhere else in the room where someone could realistically be hiding. Just then, the cat Sky rushes in from the hallway, and her mom enters from another part of the house moments later. The question remains whether this was a well-planned prank, or if something about the situation doesn't fully make sense. What's the verdict on it? A young man in Brazil started sharing videos he believes show paranormal activity inside his home. At first, the disturbances seemed unusual, but not extreme. However, in March 2025, one particular clip went viral, reaching over 18 million views, and the reaction online became intense after viewers saw what was captured that night. the middle of the night, he wakes up with a strong feeling of being watched. When he looks toward the bed next to him, he sees what looks like a dark figure lying there, staring straight at him. As he tries to focus on it, the figure suddenly disappears. Thinking it may have been his imagination, he goes to the kitchen to calm himself, but when he comes back, the situation appears even more unsettling. A dark figure appears floating motionless in the room, suspended in the darkness as if it has been waiting. It remains still for a moment before suddenly dropping downward, which causes the man to panic and stop the recording. Some viewers believe it shows a real presence in the home, while others think it may have been staged for attention. Frank went on a solo hike through rough mountain trails to enjoy nature, fresh air, and peace. While filming the beautiful scenery, he suddenly noticed something strange.
This has to be a joke. What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
What the hell? Something suddenly appeared behind one of the rocks. He tried to zoom in to figure out what it was, but he never got a clear answer. The strange figure just stood there, silently watching, with completely unnatural and disturbing head movements. While it could just be a visual glitch or someone in a costume hiding behind a rock to use the restroom, many commenters are convinced it definitely wasn't human. A man had been noticing bizarre paranormal activity inside his home for several days. Late at night, he would hear heavy footsteps, creaking doors, and experience the distinct sensation of an unseen presence wandering through the rooms. Though he initially tried to brush it off, everything changed one night when a strange noise echoed from the bathroom. Prompted by the sound, he pulled out his phone and began recording.
I thought Fawn and David were back. I just got out of the shower, and I heard, well, it sounded like a door opening and closing, but oh my god, somebody here. And my cat is just staring at the door. I know, messy room, I know. It's my sister's room. Which creeps me out for some reason. See, look at her. Stared over there at the door. Jinxies, you're my witness. You heard whatever's at the door, right? God, if cats can talk. That thing too. Where are these pooping? Ooh, I got the chills again, dude. I gotta get dressed. I'm out of here, dude. That. I don't like Fawn's closet. It creeps me out.
As he stepped into the hallway, he noticed his cat staring intently at a fixed spot, acting as though someone were standing right there. A few moments later, the situation took a disturbing turn.
Footsteps. You hear that? Dude. Scare me, dog. Dog. Why every time I'm alone, dude?
Over the next few nights, the activity grew significantly more intense. Then one day, while reviewing the footage from a camera he had specifically set up in his garage,
Down, dude. Damn it. You gotta check this out. I heard a noise over by my truck. I don't know what the hell.
to this day, the true nature of what he saw remains a mystery, and the footage quickly spread across the internet. The man suspects that he may have crossed paths with an unknown entity outside one evening, which somehow followed him back to his property. Though he continues to document these bizarre occurrences, he admits he no longer feels truly safe inside his own home. A woman lives with her husband and his father, a 60-year-old man who requires care. A few months ago, they began experiencing strange events that none of them could explain. Doors would shut on their own, handles seemed to move without anyone touching them, and eventually, she decided to start recording everything that was happening.
Right, guys, right now it's just Dad and me. It's starting to happen again. I wanted to catch it. My man is at work. Nothing, there's no one here, like... What the hell? Alright, I'll show you. Let me see if I can catch him. And there's no way out of my house. This is the only door. This door and my back door, which is back there. Damn, I don't know how to get a flat air up there. Hold on, guys. I just have to get in here and turn on the light. Alright, so I just want to turn on the damn light. Hold on, guys. Proof that there's no one here? What the hell is going on? There's no one here, okay? Shower. I'll open the shower and show you. Bathroom. There's no one. Oh, the door just slammed shut again. What was that, Tootsie? What's wrong, Tut-Tut, buddy? Did something shut the door on you, buddy? Come here. Where are you going? Okay. Anyway, this is the closet. I can't even open the door from that side. Hold on. This is my closet. Please excuse me. Vern, are you messing with that door? Oh my god. What the hell, man?
What the hell?
Nothing. Nothing. Let me go back to this closet and show you. There's nothing here, it's just a bunch of bags. Like, there's nothing freaking here. Let me open this. There's no one here, guys. Just me and Dad. What the hell?
She walks into the room while recording, but no one is there. He checks the bathroom, looks inside the closet, and even searches under the bed, finding nothing. Just as it starts to seem like everything is normal and the room is empty, something unexpected happens.
Alright guys, some crazy things are going to happen in my house. I'm trying to catch it on camera. The door closed about 5 minutes ago. I reopened it to see if it happens again. Let's see. Oh my god, that was crazy. I really didn't think it was gonna happen like that at just the right moment. Jesus, God. Why is my camera messing up? Oh. That tends to happen when you get close to things, I guess. Okay, I just want to show you that there's no one here. No one is here except us. This is a closet. Let me try. I'll turn on the light so you can see. There's no one here. There's nothing. Like... What the hell? No one under the bed. You can't see anything. Ah! Oh my god. Holy... Oh my god. What the hell? And guys, I know my father-in-law didn't close that damn door. He's like 60 years old, guys. Like, these things, and this is his bedroom, and he's scared to death. He's been sleeping on the couch.
Suddenly, the door swings shut right in front of her. By the end of the video, she admits that she's completely shaken by what happened. She points out that her 60-year-old father-in-law couldn't have been the one who closed the door. Sure, there could be ordinary explanations, such as drafts, faulty hinges, or vibrations in the house, but when the same kind of thing keeps happening repeatedly, at different times and in different rooms, it raises the question of whether those explanations still fit, or if they're simply being used to explain away something unusual. A man was sent to an old, abandoned medical center in Texas to patch up a leak. Because the facility had been shut down for years, the interior felt incredibly eerie and completely deserted. He recorded the walkthrough on his phone as he worked, checking different rooms and hallways while noticing strange, unsettling noises echoing through the space. However, everything changed completely the moment he walked up to the staircase.
I'm working in an old urgent care that just got shut down. It got shut down before the freeze here in Texas. I'm not sure why it closed down, but it's pretty spooky. I'm supposed to be looking for a leak in here. This bathroom, creepy hallway. Real spooky place. Another bathroom. Another bathroom. This is a second two-story building. This used to be the elevator shaft right here. I guess we're taking the stairs. I guess meditation class used to be upstairs. Had to put your shoes in this little cubby.
Suddenly, heavy footsteps thundered from the upper floor, sounding exactly like someone was sprinting straight down the stairs toward him. Terrified, the man quickly backed away. After a few tense moments, he managed to gather enough courage to search the entire facility, but he found himself completely alone. When he made his way up to the second floor, he stumbled upon an old meditation room that felt deeply unsettling and wrong. Just as he was taking it in, another loud crash echoed through the building. After some further investigation, there's no one else in this building. I've
heard someone go down those stairs though. So I guess this was the meditation room. There's a lot of natural lighting in here. Probably don't need the flashlight right now. Here's the top of the elevator shaft. You can't see anything down there. So here's a meditation room. Kind of looks like the back rooms. It looks very culty. There's a stage up here. It looks like a couple of altars next to them. Creepy. Okay, now I'm getting out of here. That was it.
Feeling that it was no longer safe to stay, he immediately fled the building and got out as fast as he could. To this day, he still has no idea what was actually inside the facility with him that night. While traveling across the United States, a young woman named Marl decided to stay overnight at a remote motel in Alabama. As she was parked outside the building, she noticed something strange in one of the windows and caught it on her phone camera. While it could have just been a disturbed individual, Marl claims the front desk staff told her the entire motel was empty and she was free to pick any room. While filming inside what looked like a storage facility, Raul explained to the camera that various items around him had been mysteriously falling over for no apparent reason. As he was speaking, something deeply unsettling occurred right behind him.
Según yo, ya me iba a grabar, güey, porque mira, pero es que mira, o sea, cayeron esas madres, ¿eh? Y luego, esto empezó de todos lados, güey, de todos lados empezó a caer este pedo, de todos lados, güey. ¿Sí te fijas?
¿Qué es eso?
De todos lados empezó a caer este desmadre. Pues yo no sé qué chingo está pasando, pero yo no sé ni qué pedo, güey.
Mayer esa cosa hasta que viváis el video.
Porque mira, ya no sé qué hacer, si mandes ahora sí al padre o a ver qué pasa, güey, a ver qué pasa. Ay, maldita sea.
Escoba se mueve.
¿Qué hacemos? Oye, ¿qué vas a barrer o qué chingados, fantasma? ¿Qué vas a hacer, cabrón? Dime, ¿qué chingados vas a hacer? Vete a la verga, vete a la verga. Hijo de puta madre, me cayó pinche celular, vale verga. Se madrió, ¿no? Y se abrió la pinche puerta del baño. Ni verga, güey. No hay nada. Eso fue lo que más me sacó de onda, güey, porque no sé qué chingados, qué mandas o qué. Vete a la verga. No, vete a la verga. Ya chinga tu madre, puto fantasma de mierda. Vete a la verga, güey.
Down at the far end of the shelving, a tall, dark shadow peeked out to watch him before quickly ducking back out of sight. A chilling detail Raul only noticed later when rewatching the video. Shortly after passing that exact spot, a sudden loud crash from a nearby room made him freeze in his tracks. Attempting to keep his composure, Raul walked toward the noise, only for the room's door to swing open by itself. When he peered inside, the space was empty, with no explanation for the movement. Raul later mentioned that the most terrifying part of the experience wasn't just being in the dark, but realizing he was being watched the whole time. A security guard was working the night shift entirely alone inside a massive, empty mall. Suddenly, the silence was broken by what sounded like a group of people laughing. Confused and feeling a sudden chill, he began patrolling the area to locate the source of the noise. A short time later, the disembodied laughter echoed through the halls again, this time significantly louder.
On everything I love, I just heard a group of kids over here laughing. On everything, bro. I just heard a group of kids laughing. Where the hell the kids at? What the bro, I know I'm not tripping, bro. I just heard a whole bunch of kids laughing, bro. You hear that shit? What the bro, I'm in the mall by myself. Where the is that coming from? I know y'all heard that. Bro, what the I'm about to get about this. What is that? What's that? Staring right at me. Right there. My heart beating fast as bro. I'm scared as fuck. There's a person right there in a red shirt right in front of me. Right there, y'all see him. There's a person right there. What the going on? He just standing there. What the he just standing there, bro. Bro.
While he was taking a look around the area, he suddenly spotted a strange person standing off in the distance, which immediately made him uneasy. Just then, a child's scream came from somewhere behind him, and in panic, he quickly ran away from the scene. If you were in that situation, how would you react? What do you think was actually going on there? Something supernatural like a ghost or jinn, or simply a case of misunderstanding or coincidence? This clip was originally shared with several mystery channels a few years ago, but has recently resurfaced on social media. It shows a hospital in Peru where a security camera picks up movement in an otherwise empty hallway during the early hours of the morning. When the guard reviews the footage, he is left stunned by what appears on the floor. The key detail becomes visible if the footage is watched closely.
Sí, sé, ¿qué va a dejarlo? Venga.
This is a sack, isn't it? Or a hoe. It's a hoe.
Yeah, aquí no vienes hasta... Yeah.
A white, flat, semi-transparent object can be seen repeatedly bouncing in place without stopping. At first, it was thought to be a plastic bag or a piece of cloth, but neither would behave that way on its own, and there was no noticeable airflow in the corridor. No one went to physically inspect the area. It raises the question of whether it could be something lightweight caught in hidden ventilation, or if there is another explanation for the movement seen in the hospital hallway late at night. TikTok creator Franco Villegas has often insisted that unusual paranormal activity was taking place in his home. He shared multiple unsettling videos on his account, showing things like unexplained nighttime sounds, lights turning on and off by themselves, and doors closing without any visible cause. In one particular incident, while he was lying in bed, he reportedly heard knocking noises coming from outside his bedroom. He quickly started recording the moment, and what unfolded afterward was extremely alarming.
¿Qué? Si estás aquí en el baño, enciende de nuevo el agua. ¿Hay alguien más que tú aquí en esta casa? vida corre peligro. Ay, güey, ya. Aquí no hay... Ah, no, yo me voy. Hay ruido en el primer piso. Está... ¡Ah, concha! ¡Ey! ¡Ey! Ah, no, güey. ¡Ah, concha tu madre!
He later claimed to see a shadowy figure with glowing eyes fixed on him, which left him terrified, and when he rushed to investigate, the area was empty. Over the next few nights, he kept recording more strange occurrences that seemed to support his claims. But then, toward the end of 2020, he abruptly stopped posting any new content. Since then, there has been no clear information about what became of him, leaving the situation unresolved. A man named Kyle spent several months recording a video diary to document a series of unsettling events taking place inside his home. The incidents began with soft, almost imperceptible knocking sounds that seemed harmless at first, leading him to believe they were caused by the wind or the house's aging plumbing system.
Do you hear it? It's happening again. At this hour, in broad daylight. It stopped.
As time went on, the incidents became more intense, and Kyle began feeling uneasy in his own home. The strange activity now seemed to be coming from the basement.
I'm already scared to death. My fiancé is already home, so I feel a little better, but I don't want to go. Anyway, I haven't heard it again, but it was probably just the air conditioner making an annoying noise or something like that. Well, okay, no. Okay. Does everyone think that's Elmo now? That wasn't a toy, guys. Oh my God. That was ridiculous. Yeah, let's just not...
He began hearing sounds that resembled a child's voice coming from the basement. The unsettling part was that Kyle had no children living in the house, and he was certain the noise was not coming from a toy. Struggling to stay calm, he tried to make sense of what he was hearing, but the strange events were far from over. This video has been online for over 10 years. It was filmed by a man named Luther inside his own home with no particular purpose, simply to document his daily life. However, what ended up being captured turned into something far more disturbing than he ever expected.
Enter Soldier in the box and get started with a free extended trial. Remember, you can cancel at any time. Our children will be forever. GameFly also offers gift certificates for the games in your life. Save up to 20%. I love you. True Jeff Save with Progressive. Like you dance. Here's the this is how the
In the background, the pantry door slowly begins to open on its own. A moment later, something suddenly launches out and hits the floor with a loud impact. Luther turns around immediately, but there is no one there, only the object lying on the ground. What makes the case more unsettling is that there is no known update on what happened to Luther afterward. The clip continues to circulate online, with his disappearance from public view adding to the mystery. Whether it was a coincidence or something unusual in the house remains unclear. Late one night, a security guard named Enrique found himself alone inside an empty Halloween costume shop. The faint lighting and dead silence gave the store a creepy vibe, so to shake off the nerves, he pulled out his phone to record his rounds while watching horror clips. As he paced slowly down one of the aisles, the atmosphere shifted from eerie to downright terrifying.
Aburrido sin poder dormir, viendo a Chucky, cuidando un puesto. Todo solo. Vengan a comprar a estas horas. Su puta madre. Ay, cabrón.
A hanging clown costume suddenly began twisting entirely on its own, its eerie face turning directly toward him as if it were alive. Terrified, Enrique stumbled backward and crashed to the floor in a panic. Following that horrifying encounter, he reportedly refused to ever set foot in the haunted shop again. Late at night, a group of friends decided to explore an old, creepy, abandoned ruin in France. While walking around, they came across a dark hallway that had a large "Do Not Enter" sign posted at the front. Driven by curiosity, they ignored the warning, walked inside, and began filming the area with their phones right before things took an unexpected turn. Moving deeper into the corridor, their camera caught a strange white figure standing at a corner. Initially mistaking it for a person, the group watched in terror as the shape slowly floated up into the air and completely vanished. Panicked by the sight, everyone immediately fled the ruins. While many viewers are convinced the footage captures genuine paranormal activity, others argue it is simply an optical illusion caused by the camera. A woman named Jay discovers a small hidden room in her attic that she's only entered once in 3 years. After posting a video, viewers suggest it may be a 19th century disappointment room, once used to hide family members with disabilities or mental illness. After repeated requests, she sets up a ladder, goes inside, and captures something deeply unsettling.
This little room up in my attic, and I want to show you guys what I found in here, but first, look at this. I've been up here 2 times. I've lived in this house for 3 years, and I've been here. This will be my 2nd time, and I started doing some picking up, but that's my house down there. And this is, so if you close the door, look how tiny it is. But look at the doorknob. It's literally a foot away from the ground. Look at that. Isn't that weird? Okay, so anyways, let me just open that up real quick. I found this little guy up here. He has like a little thing to put batteries, which I'm going to try and see if it works. That'll be so cool, but it's so old and dusty. And I found him back here in this hole. I covered it back up because it's a little scary, but it's full of things. Oh, what was that?
While exploring the room, she finds a strange hole in the wall. When she looks through it, something appears to be looking back from the other side. What makes it even creepier is that the room sits above the rest of the house and can only be reached by ladder, with no other openings that could lead up there. Because of this, she posts another update video.
This is the hole that leads up to the attic, that leads to the room that goes this way. So once you go up to the attic, the door is right here, and then the big room is here. And I don't have a drop down, so I've been using this 6-foot ladder to go up there. And I have to climb my way up the last half because I don't have a long enough ladder. But the intention was to go up there to put these things and use that as a closet upstairs. But anywho, let me show you that there's no holes on the ceilings real quick. So that's one. This is a room. And there's no holes up there. Just this big hole that leads up to the attic. And then the living room, there's no holes. Okay. There's a room. There's a hole there, but that's a vent. So, I mean, it's, you can't really see what was seen on the previous video. Plus, I was by myself. There was nobody in here. There was nobody walking around. This is the closet. And then there's one more. Let me show you guys. This is another room. Again, no holes in the ceilings. Another vent. But no like visible holes that you could see through. And then the closet, no holes. But there is a weird little door again. I don't know what's up with the weird little doors. That one's sealed. You can't open it. It's sealed. Let's go upstairs. We're up here already, and I got to the room, and I want to show you guys. I cleaned up a little bit, but to answer some of your questions, someone asked, what does this window lead to right next to the door? And I don't know. It's sealed, and there's like, yeah, it's just covered with siding. And then how did the furniture get up here? I'm assuming somebody built this up here. However, I don't know how this chair got up here. It's pretty big. I'm assuming right before they built the room, maybe they put it up here. I don't know. And then for the hole, there, as you can see, there's electricity. Oh, something else. These cables, these were all plugged in, and they go this way. Let me grab this light so I can show you guys. But we go here. 1 second, because oh god. So the wires go all the way in here, and they're connected to something. There's more trash on this side of the house. See? Oh shit, there's a big asshole. Okay, so that's that side, right? The left side. But the right side, let's go take a look at the right side real quick. It's so hot in here. Oh boy. Okay. So there's no mirrors. I know you guys are saying, oh, there's a mirror. There's no mirror. No holes.
After shining a flashlight into the hole, there's no opening on the other side where someone could have been looking through. That leaves one question. Who or what was it? Is something living in the walls or hidden space of Jay's house? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.